If I was starting Vinted in 2026, knowing everything I do now, after 4 years of selling on the platform, thousands of sales and over 2,300 5-star reviews, this is exactly what I would do. Vinted has changed a lot over the last few years by behavior, competition, expectations, but the fundamentals to make consistent daily sales has not. Whether you're brand new to Vinted or you already have a shop but your sales feel inconsistent, I'm going to walk you through the exact process I still use today to build trust, sell faster, and avoid mistakes that I see sellers making every day. First of all, let's be clear about something in 2026. Vinted is still one of the best platforms to sell on because there are no seller fees. What you sell, you get to keep. But it is more competitive than ever, which means effort now matters more than luck. The sellers who win in 2026 are the ones that look professional, ship quickly, and understand what buyers actually want. Tip number 1. Photos are still the biggest factor on whether your item sells or not. This is your shop window. What still works in 2026? Natural lighting from a window, clean, clutter-free background, no feet in the pictures. I'm still seeing this today and it freaks me out. I like to take around 7 to 10 photos per item, making sure I include any flaws in the photos. If you're taking photos of jeans or trousers, for example, I do like to show whether it's a zip fly or a button fly or any other details that are relevant to the listing. Although I now have a unit and I have 2 windows and a large light above, you don't need any expensive equipment to get going. I was using my kitchen floor for years and it works absolutely fine. Clarity and honesty sells, not fancy setups. And top tip, if you're using an iPhone like myself and you are just listing on Vinted, I recommend using the 16:9 aspect ratio. If you're listing on eBay and Vinted, I recommend using the 1:1, which works well for me. Tip number 2. Titles and descriptions that actually get clicks. In 2026, buyers are scrolling fast. If your title isn't clear, they are gone. The way I like to structure my titles in 2026 is brand, what the item is it men's or women's, the size, color, and any other keywords associated to the item. Let's use this shirt up here as an example. This is one I've already sold on Vinted. The start of the title is the brand. So Cabela's, it's a shirt, it's a men's, the size is a large, and the color was a green. And then the following are just keywords. So Aztec and Southwestern, flannel, button up, they're all keywords associated to the item that I'm selling. Simple, searchable, and buyer friendly. Descriptions. All you need to do is be completely honest. If you have a flaw or an imperfection on your item, just call it out. Even if you have taken a photo of the imperfection, some buyers don't look at all the photos. Trust is currency on Vinted. The clearer you are, the more you'll sell. Tip number 3. Pricing for speed, not ego. One of the biggest reasons why people struggle on Vinted is because they haven't priced their items correctly. In 2026, I keep my pricing really simple. First, I check sold listings on eBay. This tells me what people are actually paying, not what sellers are hoping for. Based on that, I like to price my Vinted items £5 less than eBay to encourage quicker sales. I always keep bundle discounts on and I'm open to offers. Today I sold 3 caps to one buyer. He could clearly see that I'm open to offers and a discount. I accepted the offer and I sold 3 caps within a week of listing. I would rather take a fair offer rather than sitting on an item for weeks or even months. The goal isn't the highest price, it's consistent turnover. Bonus tip. What actually sells? Most people skip this. In 2026, guessing does not work. Before buying an item, I'm looking at 2 things only. What is the sell-through rate and what is the average sold price? If people aren't buying it, it doesn't matter how good your listing is, you are not going to sell it if it's not in demand. If you're ever out and about at a car boot sale or a charity shop and you find an item but you're not sure whether it's worth picking up and you want to check the sell-through, I put together a free ebook which breaks this down in detail. You can also use that to price your items correctly. There's a link down in the description. Tip number 4. Buyer experience equals more sales. Vinted reward good sellers. Simple rules. Ship your items quickly. Vinted recently introduced a speedy shipping badge, which means if you send your items within 24 hours consistently, you will get the speedy shipping badge, and buyers can see this on your profile, which may lead to more sales. Pack your items nicely. This one makes me laugh because I have seen some awful packaging from Vinted sellers in the past. Go out and buy some simple grey mailer bags. You can get them in the shops or even online in bulk. Super simple, put your item in there and ship off the parcel. Some people like to put in thank you notes, handwritten notes, and sometimes sweets, but personally, I don't do that. I just send it off. The way I like to think about this is more 5-star reviews equals more trust equals more sales, and it compounds. Tip number 5. Your profile still matters in 2026. Personally, I think blank profiles kill trust completely. Make sure you have a real profile photo or maybe an image of a piece of clothing that you like, something relevant to you, and then in the bio, maybe a little bit about you or that you accept offers, you ship fast, something kind of professional that gives you a bit of credibility and doesn't make you look like a robot, because there are many profiles on the platform that look very dodgy. The next 2 things I'm going to talk about are probably the most important things when it comes to Vinted. Sending fast replies to messages and sending offers to favorites. Vinted's algorithm loves activity. I personally send out offers 3 times a day, some in the morning, some at lunchtime, and some in the evening. I believe most active users are in the evening from 6 p.m. onwards. I get regular sales from sending out offers. Another way to maximize your sales on Vinted is to use a spotlight on your wardrobe. Now, this is a promotional tool and it does cost money. Having said that, a lot of Vinted sellers have seen real success from doing this, and it might work for you. Final thoughts and what I've learned from over 4 years of selling on Vinted. If you take nothing else from this video, just remember, consistency is key. If you want to be selling items daily, you'll have to list daily. Good photos beat fancy gear. Research beats guessing. Trust beats hype. Vinted isn't complicated at all. It rewards people that take it seriously. If you keep the algorithm ticking and focus on your buyer experience, the results will follow. If you found this video useful, hit that like button, and if you're interested to see what I'm picking up to sell on Vinted and eBay, watch this video here.